Hey guys, I was recently talking to my daughter. She was complaining to me about something going on in school. Her and her friends, they're Muslims, and they really are getting upset with their teachers that keep bringing up 9/11. And so I asked her, what bothers them about this, right? And she says, well, they make us feel guilty. And I'm like, well, why would you feel guilty? You weren't part of it. You don't agree with this. So why this guilt? And, there's this kind of blame on the teacher. Well, it's their fault. They're doing this to us. They're making us feel guilty. And there's something to that, right? A person in a position of authority. But I'm like, the teacher's not blaming you, right? It's like, no, but we're Muslims, so we're kind of lumped in with that. This reminded me of another conversation I was having with an Evangelical Christian friend of mine. And he was telling me about how he and a lot of his fellow Evangelical Christians feel guilty about slavery and about reparations. And it also upsets them, makes them angry. And I'm like, well, why do you feel angry? Well, we're being blamed for something we didn't do, we weren't responsible for. Here's an adult, and there's no authority that's telling them to feel guilty. I'm like, my daughter and her friends. So there's something else going on here. I'm trying to understand that. Looking at myself, I don't feel guilty for these things. I'm like, well, I don't agree with these people. They've done things, and that's not okay. I realized that maybe it's this idea of blame that we have within us. So when people accuse us of things, trying to make us feel guilty, often we fight back. Well, you guys did 9/11, or you guys enslaved us. And then the initial reaction is, no, we didn't. But when the situation is reversed and another group has done something wrong, we look at them and we say, well, you guys did this. We don't want to take responsibility for the actions of others, but all too often we're willing to blame others for the actions of individuals within that group. This got me thinking, maybe it's not about what other people are saying. It's about something that's going on within us. That it's because we feel comfortable blaming others that we ourselves start feeling guilty when others blame us. For me, the solution is, well, stop blaming others. Stop thinking that entire groups are guilty. When you get to that point where you don't look at society, just painting everyone within a group as having a certain trait or being guilty of a certain crime, that removes the guilt from us. It's an interesting idea. I'm curious what you think. Is this really what's happening? Is it our own willingness to blame entire other groups of people for something that causes guilt within us? And maybe forgiving others and looking at other groups as individuals and assigning blame to individuals rather than groups, does that alleviate our own guilt? I don't know. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Thanks for listening. All right, have a great day.